Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. We're back at the liquor store and mini mart that I bought a few years ago now, almost. That seems crazy. But we had some interesting stuff happen here recently, and that's why I stopped by. I really don't come here that often, which is fantastic. But we had some employee issues, and then we have a Dollar General moving in, and I was kind of surprised what Dollar General was doing as far as trying to steal my employees. So we'll talk about that too. I'm not sure how common that is or if it's ethical, but we'll see. Something else interesting that happened is there's a restaurant across the street that just shut down. So, according to my manager, that has kind of hurt our sales a little bit because there's just not as many people around. But they're building another restaurant, so we'll show you that too and the progress on that and the Dollar General. And we'll show you the sales at the end as well to see if they are that bad compared to last year and the year before, or if everything's okay. All right, so this store is half kind of like a very small grocery and half a liquor store. Now, in Colorado, if you own a liquor store, I think 60% of your sales have to be from liquor. And so we're really close to that anyway if you combined both sides, but just to be safe, we have a grocery and then a liquor store. And if you're buying liquor, you have to be on the liquor side. If you're on you can buy groceries on the liquor side, but it's weird how it works. But it seems to work out okay. So we do try and stock as many things as we can. Listen to the customers. This is in a very, very small town. It's the only liquor store in town, only small grocery store in town. And that's why it's interesting that Dollar General is coming along, because that will be some competition for us. And I'm interested to see if it really hurts sales or not. Because I think a lot of people in a small town want to support our store and help it out. But there are definitely some things that Dollar General can sell cheaper than we can. Like our Pepsi rep was saying, they're going to just destroy you on 12 packs because we can't sell them to you cheap as we can to them, because they get bulk orders for all their stores and get massive deals. And that's part of the problem of having a small store and trying to compete with the bigger stores, is just bulk sales, bulk purchases. Not to get on too much of a tangent, that's one of my big issues with people saying that raising interest rates and lowering demand will lower prices, because it's actually the opposite that happens. If we have lower demand, that means we can't get bulk deals. We can't sell stuff for as cheap as if we have higher demand. It's the same thing with Walmart. Walmart can sell so many things so cheaply because they sell so many things and get such amazing deals in bulk. So higher demand, more sales, actually means you can sell for cheaper prices. So that's my tangent. All right, just looking back here, and this used to be an old meat market. And so these are old freezers, and we just use them for storage now. But this one was absolutely awful for many years. Just the old owner had a bunch of stuff in there, and then I think some of our previous managers started piling stuff in here. But look, it's all organized and set up now. It looked so good. So that was good to see. Since I bought it, I bought the building, and it came with the business. We've tried to make some improvements, adding more inventory, adding different kinds of inventory, making sure everything is clean, customers are happy, things like that. And we have a great manager now after a few tries, and that's why I don't have to come here very often. It's very nice. So it took some time, it took some work to get it to where it's at, but it's in pretty good shape. Now, having said that, we're still looking for ways to raise revenue and make more money. But that's tricky too, because as you can see, we're very limited on size. We don't have a lot of room. But our lottery system helps bring people in. We added kind of a slushy machine. We've added different coffee options. We could always do more there. But that's tricky too, because if people don't drink your coffee, you're wasting a bunch. There's lots of conundrums on operating a small business like this. Now, we have talked about it too. As you can see, this is the liquor store side. It's very small. And it was even smaller when I bought it. They had like part of it cordoned off in the back for an office. So we actually made it bigger. And so we're just talking with everybody, Nikki, my manager here at the store, and it's like, if Dollar General kills our sales, if they just take our customers, they don't sell liquor. And that's actually a local distillery we just got from Greeley, so that was kind of cool. We're in Pierce, Colorado, if you're wondering. We try and get local options whenever we can. But we thought, hey, if they kill our soda sales, pop sales, random food sales, stuff like that, we could just make the liquor store bigger. And if we did make it bigger, had more options, more inventory, we might bring more people in and be able to, even if we bring more people in, we might be able to lower prices on some of our stuff like beer and things because we can sell more of it and sell in bulk, like I was just saying earlier. So it's not the end of the world. We'll see what happens. We'll adjust. But my gut tells me sales won't get hurt too bad, but we'll just have to see. Now, when I bought it, there was maybe a third of this inventory here, almost nothing on the shelves. So that has definitely helped things. We could also expand our wine selection a ton, but again, wine is a tricky because I feel like a lot of liquor stores just have so much wine, but it's like, how much do they actually sell and how long do they keep it? But wine doesn't really expire, so I don't know. We could definitely have more beer options because we are tight on coolers and don't really have any other space to put it. You can see a lot of the beer is actually in the middle, and some people might say, well, that's crazy, why would have that? Some people like beer that isn't cold, believe it or not, and buy those, so that's why. But we also have back storage too, which is nice, and a lot of liquor stores don't have back storage, which also boggles my mind too. But anyway, like I said, we had some issues already with Dollar General, and we'll show you what progress they're making. Their building is going up now. So apparently the new manager came into our store and basically is trying to get our employees to quit my store and work for theirs. And something else, those lights are constantly going out. So we're thinking we could honestly just hang like LED lights, like string lights, and it might be brighter and look cooler and be way cheaper than replacing those bulbs all the time. And they're kind of hard to get. So anyway, Dollar General was coming to our store asking our employees if they wanted to quit, start working for Dollar General, saying they have better benefits. And luckily we have good employees, and our employees told us this, told my manager that. And so, well, that's not something I kind of expected, was for them to try and poach our people. Like I said, it's a very small town. There's not a lot of people, not a huge workforce to choose from. So I think we'd be fine if they took some of our employees, but it's obviously not ideal. And I just never really thought about that as a store owner going to other stores and trying to take their employees. But maybe that's just part of the business. I don't know. If there's anybody with experience out there, let me know. Now, technically, we did take one of our best employees from another convenience store, but they came to us, and they lived closer to our store than that other one, and they knew someone who worked at our store. So we didn't go there looking for people. They actually came to us, and then we were able to offer them something that worked for them. So they actually worked at both stores for a while, then ended up just working at our store full time and quitting the other one. So I don't know. Like I said, we have room for inventory, which is nice, and we do use this inventory. We do need it back here. And I've been looking at other liquor stores. There's been some for sale. Just when I go to other towns and places, I always try and check stuff out. And so many of them don't have back storage, and they just have boxes and stuff piled inside the store, like where customers are. And I just never realized how many do that and kind of how janky it looks. So it is nice that we have that. I also still have another liquor store under contract for me to buy, this bigger. Working through the process. It is by no means a done deal yet, so we'll have more information on that coming up as that happens. All right, so the store is about a block that way. That's the new restaurant. That's Don Juan's. They actually have a restaurant in LaSalle right now. Really, really good Mexican food. If I'm ever in that area, we stop by there. So while one restaurant closed, we have another one opening. And there's a lot of drama with the other restaurant closing too. I'm not sure how much I want to disclose, but it wasn't like a smooth, just we're going out of business for retirement, and we'll see what happens there. So there's the restaurant down there, and another block this way here is the Dollar General that is making progress, as you can see. They built it pretty quick, just a cinder block and metal building. It is right next to the mobile home park there, So I don't know how much traffic we get from there, but this is obviously way closer. So we'll see what happens with all of that. And it'll be interesting to see what our sales do. We'll obviously update that and talk about it. And if we have to pivot and make some changes, we will do that. Now, here are our sales. So the green line is 2022. I bought it in January of 2022. We opened in February of 2022, made some repairs, closed down for a little bit. The red line is last year. The blue line is this year, 2024. So we raised prices quite a bit the first year in 2022 because some stuff was being sold for less than it cost us. There was just not some real good management going on. But we didn't raise prices very much in 2023 or 2024. A little bit, but really not that much. So a lot of people say, well, yeah, you raised prices. Of course, your revenue went up. Not so much. It's more we increased our customer base, increased sales numbers per like the amount of sales, not the dollar amount per sale. So you can see this year started off awesome. We were doing very well. Then right in the middle, we kind of had a little bit of a downturn compared to last year. And there was some town drama, and a little bit of it involved the store. So I don't know if that was part of it. And then in the fall, we usually see a drop-off, and a crazy drop-off in August. I think that's from school starting. We see that in the real estate world too, where school starting disrupts everything, and then things start to go back to normal after school goes back in session. Is that it? Maybe. Was it something else? Not sure. And then in the winter, things really start to decrease and fall down. Now you can see we're still doing better than last year, and we didn't have the crazy dip we had last year either. But we'll see what happens the rest of the year. That will be very interesting because the start of January was pretty rough last year too. So we'll see what happens. The holidays kind of mess things up too, because if we're closed for a day, even though we have increased sales the day before and maybe the day after, it really does hurt us. So it's not holidays, just not being open for a day does hurt our sales usually per week, even though people think sales increase tremendously because of the holidays. We really don't see that much at this store. Maybe a little bit, but not like a ton. The closed days really seem to hurt us more. That's the store. Now, we did have some employee issues. We found one that found kind of a loophole to get some extra stuff. We stopped that. I talk about that much more in my member channel if you want more information. There's some information I didn't want out publicly, but that's something else you've got to watch and check on. While I don't go to the store a lot, I do check the financials, check the prices, check those things, and that's how I caught what was happening, which was actually pretty smart, but also pretty dumb at the same time. All right, that's the store. That's the update. We'll have updates as the other businesses open and see what happens. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. And yes, we do have apartments upstairs as well that are rented for now, but you never know what could happen on those either.